not believe what just happened on our money-making cheat code. Do you see what just printed on the chart? This is a money-making magnet. You want to know when the market cycle is going to top? Boom. You look at this cross right here, red crossing the blue, right at the market cycle top. Red crossing the blue, right at market cycle top. You want to know when the bear market is over and when to buy? Boom. You look right here, red line crossing above the green, right when the market cycle bottom was in and the bull run started. Same thing here. You want to know when the bull run started? Red line cross right here. Same thing as 2016. Same thing in 2019. Same thing in 2023. This is a money-making cheat code with two indexes. We have our rank correlation index and our traders dynamic index. And when you use these in the precise fashion in which we do, this is a money-making magnet. But we just had some crazy things print on this chart, and I need to explain the most latest and greatest of what is happening right now and what you need to be ready for. If you're new, welcome in. My name is Steve. On this channel, we don't take any paid ads, no paid sponsorships, no paid promotion of any coins, and no affiliate links down below. What we do instead, cold hard facts in the charts that actually help you. Hit the subscribe button. This is the channel you've been looking for. Hit the subscribe button, put a thumbs up on it, and let's get into this money-making cheat code. In the middle of our screen, rank correlation index. These are the settings I want you to use for the rank correlation index. At the bottom of your screen, traders dynamic index. Here are the settings I want you to use for the traders dynamic index. We have it set up on the monthly chart, Bitcoin US dollar index. Now you're going to have it set up precisely like this. Again, you want to know when the market cycle top or when the bottom is. We have all of those rules. We also have rules of when we enter phase one of the bull. In phase one of the bull, this is where things really start heating up. If you look at the traders dynamic index, we have our red line crossing above the green. Once we hold support, that's when phase one of the bull starts. And we do not get above phase two of the bull until we cross this orange line. It is so accurate, right? So boom, we entered phase one of the bull here. We cannot get into phase two of the bull until we crossed here. This is where things get very, very interesting. Phase two of the bull started precisely here, and it moved and built structure right on top of phase one. Bitcoin does the same move every single cycle. If we go to the next cycle, boom, we entered phase one right here, and we did not get into phase two until this red line crossed the orange line, the same exact move of our previous cycle. It got above the orange line here. That is when we entered phase two, and the rest is history. And again, Bitcoin does the same move every cycle. Fast forward to this cycle, red line getting above the green. As soon as it did, we entered phase one of the bull. We called it out here. We actually warned about it last year when everyone was screaming that 2023 was going to be a complete bloodbath. Every of the world's top economists were screaming this. It was all over social media. 2023 was supposed to be a bloodbath. That's what everybody was saying. When everybody goes left, we go right. We've done that forever. In the charts, we're screaming 2023 was going to be the start of the bull run. I even made a video about it last year when I said 2023 was going to be the start of the bull run. Now, fast forward to this year, the stock market had the best first 6 months in the last 40 years. Let that sink in, because everyone was telling you to sell when I was telling you to buy. Which one turned out to be true? Bitcoin more than doubled in price. The stock market had the best start of the year in 40 years. The facts are in the charts. Men lie, women lie, the charts don't lie. And if you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button, because I will actually help you. And I will actually tell you what you probably don't want to hear, but it turns out to be true because it's so far on the other side of the fence. Everyone goes this way. I'm the only idiot that goes this way, and I try to take you with me just based on the facts so that you can make better decisions for you and your future. That's my purpose on this planet. So hit the subscribe button, and let's get back into our money-making cheat code. This should be illegal, what I'm showing you, because I'm showing you literally every move that Bitcoin makes, the biggest moves, are all right here in this chart. I love this chart, but What I don't love is what we just printed, which we're going to get into in a moment, right? But this chart, we talked about this red line above here. Phase 2 is the red line above the orange. Same thing in 2019, red line above the orange. And have we gotten above the orange here? Yes, we have. But there is more to the story, because we made a rule at the beginning of this bull run, right? The beginning of phase 1, we had a rule. We said, look, there are 2 rules to enter phase 2 of the bull. We need 2 things to be true. We need them to be true at the same time. Rule number 1, with the trader's dynamic index, we need our red line to cross above the orange, right? Same in the other cycles. Also, at the same time, we need this red line to be above the green. Now, why? Because when we had the red line above the green here, we entered phase 1 of the bull and we remained bullish until the red line crossed the blue, and it crossed the blue right at the market cycle top. Same thing here. We had a red above the green momentarily. That's why this move did not last long in phase 1 of the bull. It was a long, drawn out phase 1 of the bull, and we actually came down to retest our base. Fast forward to 2023. We had the red line above here in phase 1 of the bull, but we had a cross down. So right now, our rules are yes for trader's dynamic index and no for rank correlation index, meaning we have not officially entered phase 2 of the bull. We need both to be true. But here's where things get interesting, and this is where we're going to use this to our advantage. We're going to follow this red line, and the longer that it stays above the green, the more bullish we are. And when this red line actually comes to cross this blue line, that's when things start to turn. Luckily for us, our blue line is way the hell down here. When we start moving in this cycle, you're going to see this blue line start to have some curvature and start to come up. And it may come up somewhere around here, and we're going to watch this red line, and when that red line crosses through the blue, that's going to be the top of the cycle. However, every single top of any cycle, that everybody will be screaming that we're going to go way higher. And that's when everyone, if you remember what it felt like during this run up in Bitcoin, you probably invested around 40 or 50,000 or maybe even 60,000. And you did that on pure emotion. Subconsciously, you're like, oh, I'm not emotional. It was all emotion. That's why you bought here. The high majority of people bought here. And again, when you follow these distinct rules, you're going to see, oh, this red line crossed through the blue. I'm not buying. We will have these cold, hard facts that you use no emotion. You're just acting on a disciplined rule. This is how you become a successful trader. This is what I'm going to preach to you, and this is what I'm going to help you do. Because when we get to the top of any cycle, think about when we're at the top here. If you're an OG in crypto, maybe you remember, it was horrific. Everybody was screaming for 100K. It was ridiculous. And they were screaming the same thing back here. 100K, 250K, a million. Because that gets the clicks, that gets the clips, that gets the viewership. I don't care about any of that. I care about actually helping people. If I cared about all of this money and all that, I would take paid ads. I would take paid sponsorships. I would take all the money to promote crap coins to you. If I cared about that money side of things, that's what I would do. I've been on YouTube for 7 years. I haven't taken a dime. I've turned down millions. Who turns down millions of dollars out of like good faith and helping people? Who does that? Think about it. It's not normal. I am here to help people, and my actions prove that. And it's proved that for years and years and years. Look at my track record. That's why you've probably just hit the subscribe button. Now let's look at this. In front of us, we have inconclusive information. At the same time, we have that what we showed you earlier in the week with this chart right here. This coincides with this inconclusive data side where we had another rule, a third rule in our bull run. And that was if Bitcoin had the body of a candle close below this red line in the pi cycle bottom indicator, which the settings are the stock settings, right? You can see the settings right here. Stock settings on the weekly chart, if we have a body of a candle close below this red line, which we did here, generally in the history of Bitcoin, we had a rule that it spells that there's going to be a big surprise correction within the next 6 months from this time period of August. So if we project that out 180-ish days from now until March of next year, look for a big surprise correction that takes everybody off guard, but that will not bring us into a bear market. It will not. It's highly unlikely, but it's just foreshadowing of what's to come. Because right now we have inconclusive data that we're in phase 2. We're right on the fence of being in phase 2 of the bull. We're right on the fence. We have momentum in our favor on the weekly, on the 2-week, on the monthly. We have momentum in our favor. We're right on the fence, but we have inconclusive data about phase 2, and it's backed up with what we showed you with the pi cycle bottom. That's precisely where the market is at the moment. But again, it's more risky to be out of Bitcoin than in Bitcoin. Plain and simple. I told you when we were back at 15,000. It's highly likely that the bottoms are in, and it's more risky to be out of Bitcoin than in Bitcoin. We had it on repeat. Everybody wanted to disagree. They said, oh, we're going 8K to 7K, 6K, 5K. Everybody was chanting it. It was all around. It was in all the comments. Steve, this time you're finally going to be wrong. This time you're finally going to be wrong. This time you're finally going to be wrong. We're going to 7K. We're going to 6K. Men lie, women lie, the charts don't lie. Charts don't lie. We talk about just the facts here that actually help people. I tell you what you don't want to hear. At the time, you wanted me to tell you it was going to go way down because you wanted to buy more. But you were afraid to buy at 15, 16, 17,000 because everybody said we were going to go lower except me. So which one did you trust? And which one turned out to be true? The facts always win in the charts. Plain and simple. Hit that subscribe button. I'll see you right back here in the next video. Do you want to know when to buy and when to sell? Click this video right now.